Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I am Starr, and today is Monday, December 9th. Because it's a Monday, that means it's time for What Sold on eBay. But before we jump into the video, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. We have lots of hippos that we have to buy Christmas presents for. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Today we're going to start with Plush. Just like every week, I have every single Plush sale that sold on the eBay platform last week to show you and talk about, including the Poopy Yoshi we're looking at right now. And then I pulled out some highlights of the week. We sold a lot of jewelry last week. I didn't pull up all of the jewelry sales, but I pulled up most of them to show you the kinds of prices that I can fetch for costume jewelry. And so can you. I do have a free pricing guide for my jewelry. I'll put the link in the description box. You can go grab that at no cost to yourself. And then if you didn't watch the video where I talked about how I price my jewelry, I'll have that video pop up at the end. But I'm real excited because we sold a lot of jewelry on all of our platforms. I have a theory that it's because it's Q4. I'm sure that a lot of jewelry is going to sell around this time of year as gifts, where people are purchasing it to give as gifts. I'm going to show you some of my jewelry that sold. I'm pretty excited. I'm excited because sales are getting better. This is still historically the worst Q4 I've ever seen on any and all platforms across the board. This has been one of the worst years in a long time for selling overall. However, as things get closer to Christmas, we are seeing more and more sales happen. So I'm excited about getting more sales. Complete transparency and honesty, always on this channel. To continue to make the same profits and sales that we always have had, we have had to work 4 times as hard, maybe even more. And I've been having a lot of discussions with other resellers recently, and that seems to be the general consensus across the board. People are selling less, people are buying less, people are making less. And in order to even come close to what you were doing last year or the year before that, folks are having to work twice as hard, 4 times as hard. It is what it is. Fortunately for all of us that are resellers and self-employed, if that's the pattern and you can pick up on that pattern early on when things start to go downhill, then you can double down and work harder. Things can't always stay the same. Everything is temporary. So if you're working harder than ever before to make the same amount of money, when this ends and things pick up, you'll be making more money than you ever did before because you've put in more effort and you have more listings. That's my, I guess, motivational speech ahead of this What Sold video, or just encouragement. I know we're all working really, really hard, and sometimes it's frustrating when you don't see the fruits of your labors. Think back to the golden age of reselling during shutdown. You could barely work at all and make tons of money. And now it's the opposite. But nothing is forever. Okay, we're going to start with Yoshi. This is a red Yoshi. At one time, I had several different colored Yoshis. I like Yoshis. I think they are so cute. There's a Nintendo Switch game, I think it's Mario Party, where you can play a board game with all the different colored Yoshis, and it always tickles me. I always ask Keith to play it with me. I think they're so cute, and they all come in different colors. I had like a box of plush ones that had a bunch of video game plush in it, and I had a lot of different colored Yoshis. And when I first got them, they were selling for $20 to $30 a piece. I don't know if the popularity of Yoshi has gone down or people are racing to the bottom, or maybe just the red Yoshis aren't as popular because he's been around the longest, and I did put him on the 50% off clearance we're running to get him to move. But the other colors sold almost right away, really fast, and for a lot more money. It could be that he's red. There's a phenomenon with M&M plushies. The red ones don't sell as well. So If you ever find the purple M&M plushies or Easter M&M plushies, those do well. Side note. Manhattan Toy Company. So this is a pretty decent bread and butter brand I like to pick up when I find it. And I'm always happy to receive it in a bulk buy. I did take a best offer of $9 on the bear with $5.50 shipping. By the way, I did take a best offer on Yoshi 4 plus the $5.50 shipping. That's a $9.50 all-in plush, which is low-end bread and butter. I wanted him out the door. That's why he's on clearance. This is Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio. He's a $6 plush with $5.50 shipping. So all in like $10, $11. Disney is weird. It depends on the character, the popularity, the saturation. If folks are racing to the bottom, stop that right now. I've had some characters, like villains especially, go for a lot of money, and some don't. So do your due diligence if you're buying them one at a time at the store. You know, I pay $1 or less for most of our plush. I buy a lot of them in bulk buys. So I don't mind getting $8, $9 for my plushies. That's my all-in price. If you're confused or if you're new here, I usually just talk about the terms of the all-in price, because for years we did do free shipping and now we don't. But free shipping is not free. The price is the price is the price. So for instance, this $5.42 Fortnite llama with $7 in shipping, we'll round it down to $5 for the ease of math. This is a $12 plush, whether it's 12 free ship, 5, 7 ship, whatever you want to do. Video game plush, again, they're kind of like Disney. Some are worth a lot of money and some aren't. Do your diligence. If you're not willing to have your store have filler items or these bread and butter items and you're only looking for the higher end plush, those can be found. There are far fewer than there used to be. I will tell you that right up front. I am currently updating our guides for 2025, and I'm updating the plush guide first because it's my favorite to work on. I love the plushies. A lot of the plush from 2024 that had sell-through rates that were considered medium or fast have gone down to slower medium. All the prices overall, average sale prices have gone down. It could be an overall effect of the economy. And more people are reselling, so oversaturation happens, which lowers sell-through rates. People start to lower prices when sales get slow because they panic and want to make their sales. A lot of things could go into play, but I am noticing a trend on the plush guide. And I did do a little bit of the jeans guide. I took a break from doing the plush and worked like a day or two on the jeans guide. Same thing. I'm noticing a lot of the jeans brands are going from our guides are color coded, which you'll see in a couple of weeks when I release them. They're color coded, so the sell through rate, if it's a fast sell, it's green. We highlight them, yellow for medium, and red for slow. It's just everything's changing for the worse. It feels like everything is temporary. I keep telling myself that. But I am working on those guides for you guys, and they will be ready hopefully the first week of January. This is a Gund. Gund is a good brand. It's solid bread and butter. I like Gund. This little duck is so cute. Look at his little face. Plushies really they bring me so much joy. Look at his cute face. He sold for $11.60 plus $5.50 shipping. By the way, I should give you guys this tip really quick since this is a teaching channel and I'm here to help everybody. If sales get really slow, I understand that panic of I need to make my money because we all need to put food on our table. We need to pay our bills and we need to take care of our family and our pets. But instead of panicking and participating in the problem and racing to the bottom, don't lower the prices of your items. Instead, run sales. So keep your prices the same, keep the value, and just run a 50% off sale on the weekend or buy two, get 50% off coupons. Do your newsletters. Do all the things that bring buyers in and give that sense of getting a deal. Buyers like getting a deal. And create that illusion that they're, shopping for Christmas and they're getting prices up down, or the middle of summer, whenever it is. But just run sales instead of lowering prices. I wanted to show you this pair of jeans because I had never heard of this brand. I did take a best offer of 16 plus 7 shipping. So, these are probably $20 to $25 jeans. These came in a thread-up box. I would probably buy them if I saw them for 99 cents. And I would not be mad if they came in another box. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Look how cool this necklace is. Look at all these different charms, gems, beads, stones. This is like one of the coolest necklaces I've ever seen. It's got so much going on. It was really hard to come up with a title for it because there's so much. So what I just did was multi-beaded charm necklace statement. And then in the description, I said necklace has many different beads and charms. See photos for full detail. And you can see I took a lot of pictures close up of the different charms on the necklace. I did take a best offer of 18 plus 5 shipping on this. This is a little beaded bracelet. It's not a necklace, it's a bracelet. I took a best offer of 15 on this, plus 5 shipping. This is a really cool, like real chunky, carved rose, or this is a blue dahlia. It's like a rose, but it's a blue dahlia because that's what I put in the title. This was a really pretty necklace or bracelet, Starr. They're bracelet. I don't know why I'm having a problem this morning with my mouth. This was just a really nice retro style bracelet. So I took a best offer of 10 on this plus 5 shipping. This is a Bakelite marbled butterscotch. The way I test my Bakelite, I Googled it. It has a smell to it. So if you run it under like hot water, it has like this weird formaldehyde smell. But there's several other tests you can do. So if you ever think you have Bakelite, a quick Google search it for how do I test my Bakelite at the top of your Google search. Let me actually show you because the AI pulls up a list that you can do. Because you don't want to promise a buyer Bakelite and it not be Bakelite. I would rather not know I have Bakelite and undersell and someone excited to get something I didn't know I had. But I'd also rather test it and make sure that I'm selling what I say I'm selling. And you can get a little bit more money for Bakelite. So the smell, if you submerge the item in hot water or rub it against clothing to create fiction, it has a chemical smell. Like I said, like formaldehyde. It's really kind of gaggy. If you don't want to do that, you can go by how heavy it feels. It is kind of waxy and slippery. Almost like a naked crayon. Like if you take the wrapper off of a crayon and how it feels. That's the best way I can describe it. So it cannot return to a moldable state once it is hardened. This is the one I'm on right now. But if you don't have Bakelite and you test it with heat, you could ruin the jewelry. If it is Bakelite, you'll be fine. But if not, now you've ruined the jewelry, right? You can also spray 409 into a bowl, wet a Q-tip, and scrub the item. If it turns orange, it's likely Bakelite. But again, are you ruining the item before you sold it? Like, and it warns you here. Some plastics can be damaged by hot water. So be relatively sure before you start doing any tests. Okay? That's another tip for you. So I took a best offer of $21 on the Bakelite and $5 shipping. And the AI lister that I used through List Perfectly called it the butterscotch brown. And I thought, oh, that is what it is. It's marbled. It's almost like a butterscotch color. So I just left it with what the AI suggested. Then we have a hockey NHL Florida Panthers track jacket. This is a men's 3X tall. I've had this for a long time, and I was hoping to get more money for it because of the size, and it is new with tags. It's a 3X plus tall, so it's got two things going for it. They're on size. It's new with tags. It just sat around for a long time, so I did finally put it on clearance. I don't know if it's the team. I don't know, because I'm not, you all know I don't do the tennis ball sports thing. I know enough that I can usually recognize logos and stuff on jerseys to sell them. I know enough to be a reseller that can sell sports items. I also know how to do Google image searches, so that's about my knowledge. I don't know about sports, and quite frankly, I have no desire to know about sports. I am a nerd. I can tell you who comic book characters are all day long and give you synopses on about 50 million different books, and I can talk about true crime. I don't care about sports, but I did have to learn a little bit to be a reseller. Anybody can learn anything. Doesn't mean you're interested in it. And so my point is, I could tell you why a certain comic took a long time to sell, because I could tell you, oh, that's not a popular Marvel guy or DC villain. I don't know about the Florida Panthers. Maybe they suck. Maybe nobody likes them. I don't know. I really thought this would sell for more and more quickly than it did, but lesson learned. I paid $1 for it. My feelings are not hurt that I took a best offer of $15 plus 8 shipping to finally get it to move. And the buyer was happy. They've already left me good feedback that it was a really great deal. So whoever ended up with the jacket, he's happy. I'm happy. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. I got sunshine. You guys remember that song? 7 for All Mankind. Just regular 7 for All Mankind. If you do not like bread and butter items, do not source 7 for All Mankind unless you find the Dojo jeans. They will literally say right here where this one says Highway Slim Kick, they will say Dojo, D-O-J-O. The last pair I had was a couple months ago, so of course I don't know if people are being turds and trashing the market and racing to the bottom. I sold for $80 on Poshmark. The Dojos are great. I still think the non-Dojos are solid bread and butter. I took a best offer of 12 on these plus 8 shipping. That's a $20 pair of jeans. That's what I get for Old Navy, American Eagle, and Gap, Gloria Vanderbilt, all those. Mossimo. So great. That's a bread and butter. If they're plus size, I would have tried more for 25. I did want to show you one of our larger orders over the weekend, comic bundles. We are still doing our coupons that we're running every weekend. I start them Friday mornings through like midnight, Sunday night, where buyers can purchase any 2 items or more and get 50% off. And every weekend, I have several buyers buying 6 to 15 comics or several pieces of jewelry or several plushies. And I'm getting really good feedback from what a great deal. I'm getting rid of old stale items and I'm selling more. So I do like this coupon thing. I said I was just going to run it through Q4. I may have this be a permanent thing. I don't know. We also, during the weekend when I have those coupons on, and during the week when I don't, we always have a combined shipping discount for our buyers. And when you do a combined shipping, you can select what store categories you include. You should have your store category set up. If you don't know how, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do a tutorial for you guys and show you how. I haven't done one of those in a lot of years, so maybe it needs an update. But we have the shipping discount only on our jewelry and our comics because there are only 2 categories that we can guarantee they're lightweight enough to offer that discount. So basically, if they buy 2 or more, it's a flat $7 shipping. Now, sometimes the comics, when they bundle them, will go over £1, and I'm paying $8 for shipping, but that's okay because they bought more and I made more money. And of course, jewelry weighs like 2 ounces, so I don't mind combining shipping there. I don't do it on any other categories because that can get costly for us and we could lose money. Here we have a turquoise chunky pendant gold tone chain. This sold for $18.75 plus 5 shipping. Next, we have a giraffe print wooden bangle bracelet. It is vintage. And I put keywords like safari and animal. And this sold for $17.49 plus 5 shipping. This one was really neat. This is a Hawaiian Mako shark tooth necklace. And when I have stuff like this, I do like to put surfer, beach, maybe beach core, things like that. This is men's, so I put men's costume jewelry. And this sold for $15.46 plus 5 shipping. This is a Miles Morales comic that sold for $17.77 on an offer plus $5.50 shipping. Miles Morales, he's in the last couple of years had a couple of movies and video games. I kind of see his popularity waning and waxing each time a new show or cartoon comes out. But people do like Miles Morales. He has a pretty cool version of Spider-Man. I like him. I like his comics do sell well. A vintage 70s brass weave ring. I used keywords like boho and statement. This is a pretty cool ring. I did take 14 on it plus 5 shipping, and I've already received positive feedback on this. Thankfully, because buyers get crazy in Q4, right? I even did a whole video on it. I did a reel last week, I think, on Instagram of some stuff. They're just getting out of control, and they're crazy, and they're being wild. So I'm very thankful for the buyers that have not lost their minds or started to act like nincompoops, as my grandmother would have called them, nincompoops. And they're leaving positive feedback, and they're happy with their purchases, because I really, really try to underpromise and oversell and ship very quickly. But you can't please all the people all the time. There are people who would, as my mother used to say, let me just quote all my family today, but there are people who would bitch at a free beer party. So here we have a vintage orange graduated bead necklace. So I use terms like retro, 60s, 70s. I have found with jewelry that a lot of like the 50s style and the early 60s are similar. The later 60s and the 70s, like the hippie jewelry, is very similar. Some of the 80s and 90s is similar. So it is more than acceptable to use 2 decades as keywords. That's fine. They're descriptors. They're subjective. You know, you can use whatever you want to describe stuff within reason. Don't use this hokey stuff like, this is just like a Dior bag. Don't do stuff like that. But clearly, if it looks like it belongs in 2 decades, you can say so. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling in general, please let me know down below and join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. There's a link in the box below, and you can just search for us. It's a really good group. Positive people. We have a good time in there. Go be productive, guys. Go make some money. Enjoy the rest of your Q4, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.